Welcome back to the show. Finally, this week we bring you a report from the Nacra 17 World Championships.
Welcome to the Hague and the Nacra 17 World Championship. The innovative Nacra 17 is the new Olympic mixed multi-hull and has already attracted numerous sailors worldwide. More than 65 teams have gathered here in The Hague to compete at the class's pinnacle championship, and after 3 days of qualifications, the adrenaline is running high. First day at the finals, and the weather until now has not been quite as the sailors would have hoped. Glorious sunshine but zero wind is not what the sailors planned for, particularly after a week of perfect conditions during training. The weather forecast today was for a light breeze around noon, so time for the sailors to prepare their catamarans and get ready. Among the 24 nations competing here, we find top sailors such as the Dutch team of Mulder and Visser, who are in the lead, the double Olympic medalist Ika Martinez, and many other Olympians, X470 and 49er sailors. Let's catch up with the Kiwi pair of Jones and Saunders, who talk about their performance so far.
It was tough, it was really tough, but I think we sailed quite well, and apart from one race where we capsized, we didn't make too many mistakes, so it was, it's been a good regatta so far, and just looking forward to hopefully racing in the next coming days. Well, it really starts again when it gets to final racing. I think with 25 boats, it's going to be a really high quality fleet, so we just want to make no mistakes, or as little mistakes as possible going forward, and just trying to get as many good races as possible. We know we've got some good speed, so we think we can hopefully get up the leaderboard a bit more in the next coming days.
At the one and only race of the day, the fleet had a crowded start at the committee boat side. Among them, the Dutch team of Mulder and Visser and the French pair of Besson and Riot, with Bühler and Brugger from Switzerland having a poor start a few metres on leeward. The Italian pairs of Sorrentino, Rina Oro and Porro Banti were among the boats that chose to sail to the left on the first upwind leg, while most of the teams chose the opposite right-hand side, which proved to be the favourable one. Varou and Ordinaire from France rounded the weather mark on top, with Saxton and Diamond chasing them. At that point, the current was getting stronger, making the mark rounding a tough task. The overall leaders, Mulder and Visser, had a very disappointing first upwind and were below 15th position. It was the same poor performance for Bühler and Brugger, who were battling it out with the Dutch. The end of the race found the French pair of Besson and Riot scoring the bullet, with Saxton and Diamond second. The Swiss finally managed to overtake Mulder and Visser. However, this result brought them both below 5th. At that point, the wind died and there was no other choice than abandoning races for today. So, let's have a look at the results. Besson and Riot are leading with a safe lead, with Saxton and Diamond really close to Varou and Ordinaire. Day 2 at the Nacra 17 World Championships in The Hague, Netherlands, with the last day of finals before the top 10 compete in Saturday's medal race. The northerly breeze of 10 knots provided great racing conditions early in the morning, and as the teams warmed up just before the start. The French Besson and Riot hold the lead going into the day's racing, with Great Britain's Saxton and Diamond following 7 points behind. Will they both manage to maintain their top performance and lead? The first race of the day found the Brits in the middle of the line on an excellent start, with the Italians Porro and Banti starting at the pin end and heading to the left. Same for the Swiss team of Bühler and Brugger that were a few metres behind. The Italians Cibello and Rettermeier were on top, neck and neck with Saxon and Diamond. However, it was another Italian pair of Bizzarro and Sicuri who advanced past these two to round the windward mark first, leaving Besson and Riot in third, with the Brits on a close chase. Not such a good performance from the Swiss team of Bühler and Brugger and Verot and Ordinaire, who failed to predict the favourable right side of the course and had a long haul to recover places. Not a lot of things changed during the downwind, with most of the teams preferring to sail to the shore in order to benefit from the current. During the second upwind, the Italians were still on top, with the French pair of Besson and Riot chasing, both opting to take the more favourable right-hand side of the course. The majority of the fleet also chose this side once again due to the strong current and to the breeze that was blowing near the shore. The end of the race found the French stealing the bullet from the pair of Pesaro and Sicuri, with the Italians giving it their all right through to the end. The other French team of Véran and Audener had to compromise with an 11th position, but still 2 places in front of Bula and Brugge. Immediately after racing, the weather changed with a fast approaching storm, and the heavy rain forced the sailors back to shore. Let's catch up with the British pair of Saxton and Diamond, who talk about their performance today.
We had our second race of Gold Fleet this morning. It was again quite light, like 8 knots or something, and the wind was really difficult, like it was moving around all over the place. So it was a really tricky race, and the fleet became spread out really early, and we managed to get a good start, get away, and then we were quick. So we had a good race, finishing 3rd, which we're really happy with. And then after that, we looked really set to just get another race in, like the wind built a little bit, but there were some thunderstorms building over the shore. So the race committee sent us in now because it's, as you can hear, thunder and lightning, and it's now raining. So yeah, I guess we're going to wait for these clouds to go and then go and do our last race of the day.
All change as after the heavy rain, glorious sun returned and a nice 8 knots breeze appeared. Time for racing then. Bula, Saxton and Besson had an equally good start at the second race of the day. However, it was the Italian pair of Sorrentino and Rinauro who finally scored the bullet, with the Swiss finishing 2nd. Let's have a look at the final results. Besson and Rio are still in the lead, but the Brits are now only 3 points behind. Last day of the Nacra 17 Worlds in The Hague, and the weather once again was not looking so promising this morning. Extremely light winds and a heavy storm were forecast just before the medal race. The top 2 teams, Saxton and Diamond from the UK and Besson and Rio from France, were all lined up to have their own battles for the gold medal today, and with only 3 points between them, anything could happen between the two, with Bula and Brugge focusing on the bronze. Lots of waiting for the wind to fill in, and anticipating racing became a continued way to shore as a heavy storm came through around midday and eliminated any hope of a medal race and final battle for medal positions. Besson and Rio are crowned the 2013 World Champions, with Saxton and Diamond getting the silver and Bula and Brugge the bronze. Up onto the podium for the teams to receive their trophies in front of a large audience.
Really great. We are very happy to do that, and because the conditions and the weather is really hard, because it's light wind and we have a lot of current here, and it's more difficult for all people to do the good races, and we are very happy to win here.
It was a week with tough racing conditions, and the extremely light winds demanded extra focus, and with only a few races there was no margin for error, and whoever could maintain consistency in their scoreline would be rewarded. The Nacra 17 is a really exciting boat, which has attracted top sailors from other Olympic classes. Its innovative design and the fact that it's a mixed multi-hull offers a whole new challenge of elite-level multi-hull sailing.